Hello,
Hi, how you been?
how are you?
I'm alright. And you? How you been?
I'm fine, thanks.
Have you been very busy?
Yes, yesterday I was busy, but today I'm here. Thank you. And
That's
I'm sorry for
no,
yesterday.
no worries. Are you still working?
Yeah, but I'm at home right now, and it's easier to stay at office.
Yeah, I know. So
Mm,
is your home far from your office?
Yeah, it's my office. Look at this. No
Ah,
se ve. but but it's my office.
okay. I can say no worries. All right, girl. We're gonna start.
Okay?
Let me share the. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Well, yesterday actually we were explaining about future tenses. It was an important class. We said, well, I said the difference between this will, going to, might, may, and things like that. We practice as well as that. We had some homework. Did you do your homework? Do you remember your homework here?
Mm-mm.
You didn't do it?
No, I didn't do.
Okay, no worries. You can try. You can do it orally. I mean, you can speak. Look at the examples that you've got there. You have like some prompts over there. It says, I might go for a coffee after a class. So you can say, I'm going to, I will, I won't go for a coffee because I'm busy. Whatever structure you would like to put here.
Okay. I'm go for a coffee after class, or
Wo-
I'm taking my coffee, or I having my coffee right now,
Yeah, it's
but it's
much
not
better.
example.
It's much better if you use have rather than take.
I'm having my coffee.
Uh, what
Uh,
about the second one?
and I'm not going to look for another job. I like my job.
Okay, that's great. Number three, it says well, the prompt says I eat out tonight. In my
I want.
case, yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. Go on, go
Ah,
on.
thanks. I won't eat out tonight.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same. I won't eat out
Okay.
tonight.
Mhm.
Number four, I think.
Uh,
So based on the clouds on the weather forecast here in Cuernavaca,
Here in Cuernavaca, no. I won't think rain tomorrow.
okay. The first part, you don't have to change that. It's I think or I don't think. But the
Uh,
second part is where you put the
Auxiliar?
structure. Well, the future structure. It is going, it's not going, uh, it won't, it will, it
Okay. For
may, it might, or it could. Several possibilities you've got there.
okay. I don't think uh, one. No, it's double negative. No.
Yeah, it's double negative. You can't do
Yeah.
that.
I don't think will rain tomorrow.
I don't think it will rain tomorrow.
It
Or you
will.
can say the opposite way. I think it won't rain tomorrow.
Okay. Mhm.
Is what you believe, what you what you reckon.
It won't.
And number five, it says I post on Facebook.
And I don't understand the.
Yeah, post share something on Facebook.
Okay. No, I don't post, but in future, right?
Yeah,
Okay, sorry. I won't post on Facebook. Or yes, I won't post on Facebook.
Mhm. You can say, well, as a compliment, anything, no? I won't post anything on Facebook.
Oh, okay. And
Don't you use your Facebook? Don't you post things on your Facebook, girl?
no, not really. I prefer Instagram.
Yeah.
Facebook, I think it's only for the chisme.
For gossiping,
What?
gossiping.
Gossip thing. Yeah. For gossip thing. Mhm,
What about the number 7?
mhm. Uh, I'm going. I'm going to buy new
Whatever object, whatever
lipstick
thing.
soon.
All right.
I'm
And
going. I'm going to buy
mhm,
new
no,
lipsticks.
perfect.
And number 8. Oh yeah. I'm going to be very busy next weekend.
Next weekend. Why?
Or I'm going to see my family and my friends. And the next week, for my job,
All right.
I do have a lot of job. Old work at work.
Where do they live? Do they don't they live in here in Cuernavaca?
What?
Don't they live here in Cuernavaca?
My family? No. My family live in Jojutla.
Lives in
I live in
Jutla?
Cuernavaca. Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. So do you rent a house?
Yes, an
Oh,
apartment. Mm-hmm.
okay. A flat
A
instead.
flat.
Well, the same. The same. You can say both apartment or flat.
Flat in British, no?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. A flat. I prefer flat.
Mhm. Perfect. Okay, lady. Yesterday we were discussing about energy and the energy quiz. We talk about fusion fuels, solar energy plants, an offshore wind farm, and a nuclear fusion reactor. As you can see in the pictures, for example, number 1 is the fossil fuels, the petrol that they get from deep in the sea. The second one is offshore wind farm, which I don't think we have here in Mexico. We should, because especially in these days in spring, there is a lot of wind. It's very windy in some of the states here in Mexico, but that government won't invest in this infrastructure, which is a great way of source getting electricity from it, from the wind. And solar energy plant, as you can see, that's a huge solar energy plant. I think we do have here in Mexico, but it's not very common. I mean, some places, but yeah.
Mhm.
CFE, it's like is not investing well in our energy, electricity energy. And finally, nuclear fusion reactor. The listening explained that is they are in the sea. It's when they hit the sea water levels at 1000 Celsius degree, and then it produces energy, the
Okay.
fusion reactor. Kind of nuclear, but it's not nuclear, it's not dangerous. Well, that's what I think. Uh, and yeah, it produces a lot of energy. And in the listening, they talk about the biggest offshore wind farm, which is in the UK, and Denmark, which generates half of its electricity from wind. The whole country, half of the energy is from wind power. And then we talk about in the radio. No, it wasn't radio broadcast, but it was interview audio. Germany produces the most solar power. Even it's not sunny, it's not so sunny there, it produces a lot. And here, number 5, enough solar energy reaches the earth in 1 hour to power the whole world for a year. For a year. And which country has the biggest power plant? The US. And have you heard the news? Have you seen the news now? What's happening?
Yeah, it's about Russia and Ukraine.
Ukraine, yeah.
Yes, I learned in the morning about that, and I'm a little scared about it.
Yeah, kind of. It's Russia started a war, and all because it's something related with this. Yeah, it's about energy, gas. Ukraine is the country which distributes gas around Europe. So that's one of the reasons Russia is invading, because he wants to monopolize this energy and other interests, political interests, economic interests, and things like that. I highly recommend watching the speech statement that Biden gave like 1 hour ago.
Okay, thanks.
Biden speaks clearly, I would say, and sometimes it has captions, it has subtitles on YouTube, so you can watch what's going on. No? I mean, obviously Europe and USA, they are against this kind of war and this kind of injustice of Ukraine freedom and independency. And well, there have been sanctions against Russia. There now it's like a crisis, economic crisis there, and its currency just dropped dramatically down. Yeah, many things. Yeah, but I highly recommend watching BBC, CNN, The Guardian. Those are good news, I would say. CNN, BBC. Okay. Where are you? Suddenly you disappear. I was speaking to myself.
I'm so sorry. I don't know if it's your or mine connection.
Yeah, probably yours, because I
I'm so
connected
sorry.
to the wire.
I'm so sorry.
No
But I'm
worries.
here. Thanks.
What was the last thing that you heard?
I told you I'm gonna see the video after class.
Oh yeah, CNN and BBC or the Guardian news. Those are good news.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit related to what's going on here in Russia. The power of being the most powerful, who has the energy, sources. Yeah, that's it now. Okay, so we're gonna focus here in the reading and vocabulary. It's a boy wonder, Taylor Wilson. The boy who he made his own nuclear fusion reactor at the age of 14. He's helped the US government fight nuclear terrorism at 21. He has plans to improve cancer treatment. Does anything make Taylor Wilson nervous? Yes, asking a girl out. But being discovered an inventor, no, not at all. So look at the photos and captions and read the introduction. We have read the introduction. Why is he unusual?
because it's only a teenager and maybe a genius because I don't know, maybe he's interesting in science and since he was a little boy.
Probably, yeah. What kind of person do you think he is?
Oh, very, very clever.
Clever, yeah.
Mhm, yeah.
Besides that,
Um, I actually I'm thinking in the Big Bang Theory, and and I think it's a kind of guy.
all right, like Sheldon.
Uh-huh, a Leo Sheldon. Do you
Yeah,
see the series?
yeah.
Leo Sheldon.
Yeah, I've seen some episodes. Not, I think I stopped watching it because I consider he was like too long.
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
But yeah, I've seen like 4 or 5 seasons. What do you think he is? What do you think his relationship with his parents is like?
Mm,
Does he get on well with them or not at all?
I think it's good relationship because well, I'm seeing the picture in the book,
Uh,
and I think it's very mm, nice family.
yeah,
Mhm.
it could be you. And what makes him nervous? That's the
And
only thing.
the girls.
The girls, yeah, yeah, sometimes. You are our weakness.
Mhm.
Yeah, you are our weakness. No? Yeah. And
What do you
in
think the
weakness,
uh,
the opposite of strong, weak, with no
ah,
power, with no.
okay, thanks.
Like Superman has its weakness, which was kryptonite rock.
Mhm.
So in this case, weakness is for him is women, no, or girls.
Okay, okay, thanks. Okay.
An unusual boy. Let's read together. Is that okay with you?
What?
Let's read together. Is that okay with you?
Yeah. Okay, you or me first.
Ladies first.
Okay. An unusual boy. Kenneth Wilson and his wife, Tiffany, always knew their first son, Taylor, was unusual. Wanting to be an astronaut at the age of 9 seemed normal enough, but whatever he was involved in, he went at in nonstop, says his father.
Go on.
Oh, okay, thanks. Taylor wrote to astronauts, built his own rockets, and gave talks at school about space exploration. Everyone loved watching him. His heat, teachers say, and when he was in the room, he just took control. Some of his neighbors weren't so happy about the explosion next door when Taylor experimented with rocket fuels. For his 10th birthday, Taylor's grandmother got him a book about a bright teenager who nearly caused a disaster by trying to build a nuclear reactor at home. Know that, said Taylor, the things that Kite was trying to do, I'm pretty sure I can actually do them.
Mhm. And not just for fun. It wasn't just for fun. Taylor's grandmother had cancer, and he realized that cancer treatment could be improved in if hospitals had small fusion reactors to make the necessary radioactive materials in. He learned all the physics and engineering he needed and collected radioactive materials from gadgets. It made his parents nervous, and he knows he was lucky they were so tolerant. When I said I wanted to build a nuclear fusion reactor in in the garage? I think most parents would say no. One day, Taylor's mother came into the garage, saw him looking at a pool of liquid on the floor. Tay, it's time for supper. I think I'm going to have to clean this up first. That's not the stuff you said you would kill us if it broke open, is it? I don't think so. Not instantly. His parents asked some university physicist to talk to Taylor. They told his parents that Taylor knew what he was doing. He says he's never careless about safety. I'm very cautious. I'm actually a bit hypochondriac. Hypochondriac. Yeah,
Like
that's it.
Sheldon.
Yeah. You were right about, yeah. You guessed correctly.
Yeah. Patient success. His reactor worked and he became one of the new people in the world to archive nuclear fusion. And of course, at 14, he was also the youngest. He thinks youth helps. Kids sometimes have an advantage when it comes to invention. Older science might say it can be done or you should even try it. Whereas kites are not so close-minded. I hope I never lose that. Taylor received 1,000 millions, no, 1,000
One
millions,
100,000.
100,000 2-year fellowship on condition he didn't go to the college and focused on his own projects. The fellowship was ended, but Wilson still is going to college. He's going to work at his invention and travel and give talks. After Intel CEO Paul Ontley spoke to Taylor at Science Fair, he said, all I could think was, I am so glad that Kai is on our side. The US government expressed interest in one of Taylor's inventions, which could help them in the fight against nuclear terrorism. He met the Undersecretary for Energy, who said, he's not just smart, he's cool and articulate. I think he might be the most amazing guy I've ever met.
Kid,
Kid, sorry.
a big head. No worries. Are his parents ever worried about Taylor becoming self-centered and arrogant? He's not being selfish. It's just that there's so much going on his head, says his sister. And if Taylor appears arrogant, it's because Taylor doesn't understand the meaning of can't. His father says, and when he does, his mother adds, he doesn't listen. Taylor does think selfishness was a problem at first. I was exploring things because I was interested in them. It was fun, but in a way, it was selfish too. Then it turned out that I was really good at it, and it became a responsibility. I realized I had the capability of doing things that could really change the world. He's confident his weaknesses will stop him getting too big-headed. He's not good at foreign languages or sports, and although this outgoing, expressive young man isn't the typical shy geek he admits, what makes me nervous? Asking a girl for her number.
Okay.
Right. Have you got any further questions about vocabulary or words that you don't
Yeah,
understand? Yes, I
yeah. The rocket bells. Let me, ay, ¿cómo puedo subrayar? No, creo que no puedo subrayar. But in the second paragraph, at the final,
Okay, the
rocket,
final.
rocket fell.
Yes, was this a big head?
No, rocket fells in the second paragraph at the beginning.
At the beginning. Yeah. I thought you say in the last part. A rocket. You know what is a rocket? On his own
No,
rocket?
rocket fails. At the final of the second paragraph, rocket fail.
Fuels, fuels,
Sorry.
fuels. Uh, you know, like
Mhm.
petrol or water, sometimes those are fuels in order to work a machine. They are
Ah,
sources. They are sources in order to work that fuels. Combustibles.
mhm. Okay. Las petrol, like petrol.
Like petrol, you said?
Ajá.
What do you mean?
O fuels are combustible.
Ah, yeah,
Like,
combustibles.
okay. And stopper
Where is it?
here in the black line. When
In this part or in the...
no, let me think. Not just for fun.
Uh-huh.
In one, two, in the three paragraph, in the third paragraph,
Yeah.
supper. That's the say it's time for supper.
It's time to for supper. Have you ever seen the painting from Leonardo da Vinci, The Last Supper, where Jesus Christ is with his friends?
No,
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 never?
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that? Okay, let me refresh a bit. I'm going to The Last Supper. It says, well, we have breakfast.
Ah, la última cena.
Yes,
Yeah.
breakfast after lunch, then dinner, and finally the last is supper. You know that
Oh,
dinner sometimes we misunderstand the meaning of dinner because for us dinner is cena, but actually dinner is like comida for us, for Mexican people, and cena would be supper.
supper.
The Last Supper, it is here, lady. It was from Leonardo da Vinci, right? I think.
Yeah. Mhm,
This is Jesus and his friends having
mhm.
fun, having
Yeah.
a great party.
Yeah. And careless, careless.
Careless is the opposite of careful. You
Okay.
sometimes we have to drive careful, and some
The,
people drive carelessly.
okay. And where, whereas, whereas.
Whereas on the other hand, or on the other side, like saying something opposite.
Okay, the positive. And selfish.
Selfish, uh, a person who doesn't want to share anything. He just thinks of himself or herself.
Fellowship.
A fellowship, uh, to your fellowship on condition he didn't go to it has to be something related to school. Let me find out.
Yep.
Fellowship. Friendly association, especially with people who share one interests. The status of a fellow of a college or society. Compañerismo, asociación.
Mhm. Okay. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, no worries. All right, now that we have we have read that, we can you have to decide if these all of the statements about Taylor are true. Find things in the text that show why they are true. Yeah, so all of the sentences that you got there from 1 to 10, they are true, they are correct, they are fine. But we need to find why. Yeah.
Okay.
So Taylor isn't an only child. Why?
Why? Because he's a science, science, uh, scientific?
Not really.
No.
Do you know what is the only child? That means when in your family you
Mhm.
have no brothers or sisters.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. No, because he have a brother.
He has a brother.
Yeah.
The second is it says, can you read it, please?
Yep. As a child, he could concentrate on one thing for hours. Okay. I don't remember.
Should be in the first paragraphs.
First,
In the first paragraphs.
he went. Okay. His father say whatever he was involved in, he went at it non-stop.
Yeah, that
Mhm.
justifies.
Mhm.
He's a very good public speaker.
No, um, not with girls.
Well, except with girls, obviously.
But yes, he um, the undersecretary for energy said he's not just smart, he's cool and articulate and a
Articulate.
big kid.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Next, his grandmother had a big influence on him.
Yes, because she gave him a book
Gave him a book, yeah. About what?
in energy about
Uh-huh.
energy and a nuclear reactor.
Mhm.
Mhm.
His experiments haven't always gone well.
Um, mm, I remember his mother say something about it, but let me see.
Yeah, the one that is involved
Mhm.
in negritas.
Ajá, ajá, ajá. Ajá, maybe because um,
A pool of liquid.
oh yeah, a pool of liquid and his mother say um, have to clean before the supper.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He worries about his health. How can we justify that?
I don't remember. I don't remember really. Mm-mm. No.
Yeah, the last part, almost. I'm very cautious. The last part,
Mhm.
it's kind of a
Oh,
similar word in Spanish.
okay. He's never careless about safety. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And I think he's careful with um, his health.
Yeah, his health, but not the safety, which is like total opposite, right? And hypochondriac. 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 It's a difficult word in English. Hypochondriac.
Hypochondria.
Do you know what a hypochondriac means?
Yeah, I'm hypochondriac too.
Are you?
So, yeah, sometimes. Yeah. A person who think have enfermedad. How can I say
Disease?
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 Disease? And it's not true.
Yeah, he plays with his mind, no?
Mhm.
It says some important people have been impressed by his work. Who? Do you remember?
Mm, yes, the government, the U.S. government.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
US government. The Intel CEO. Mhm.
Sí, Paul Ottenelli. And Undersecretary for Energy too.
Mhm. Exactly.
Mhm.
Taylor doesn't always take his parents' advice.
I remember his father says that he never listened. But let me see where.
Yeah, that's it. Huh? He never listens.
Nothing.
And finally,
Taylor isn't clever in all subjects.
why?
Not for language or sports.
Exactly, for sports. All right, we have two more activities. It's adjectives with similar meaning. No, we have happy, articulate, bright, self-centered, arrogant. On the other side, we have smart, selfish, big-headed, glad, expressive. In other words, those are synonyms. No, happy. How can we another synonym of happy?
Mm,
You have smart, selfish, big-headed, glad, or expressive.
I don't know what it means. Hated.
Big-headed. If I tell you, I'll give you the answer of
Ah.
other.
Okay.
Okay,
Well, but
we can move on. Articulate.
okay. Articulate. No, maybe arrogant with selfish.
Kind of, more or less. Not really. Not really the one true synonym.
Okay. Self-centered, I think it's the same. Sorry, the opposite of. No, I don't know.
You don't know?
Our articulate happy. Mm, bright with smart.
Bright with smart. Mhm.
Okay. And happy with expressive.
Not really.
No. Mm, no, I don't know.
No, it starts with G. It starts with G.
Glad.
Yeah, glad. No, like a kind of nice to meet you, glad to meet you. I'm happy,
Oh,
no, to meet you.
yeah. Okay. And arrogant, it's not selfish.
Mm, not really.
Mm-hmm.
Well, could be. Let me see.
Mm-hmm.
No, not really. It's related to your head. I give you the answer.
Give me the answer, please.
Arrogant is It's in the idiomatic expressions, it has to do with your head. So it is big-headed.
Oh,
No, big-headed is the idiomatic expression, idiomatic word of arrogant.
yeah. Okay.
And selfish, the same, self.
Self-centered, yes.
And
Mhm.
finally, the
Egoist.
one,
And I don't know what it means, articulate.
expressive, a person who can express correctly, expressive, or who shows expressions.
Okay, thanks. Okay,
Then we have opposite.
opposite. Nervous with
We have closed-minded, outgoing, normal, cautious, or confident.
Careless with cautious. Cautious.
Careless with caution, yes.
And mm, tolerant with closed mind.
Closed-minded, okay.
Unusual with normal.
Mhm.
I don't know what it means. Outgoing.
Is kind of a person who likes chatting, who likes being social.
Okay. Entonces, so I think it's with shy.
Shy and outgoing. And finally, nervous with
Confident.
confident. Perfect.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. It says talk about yourself, people you know, using the adjectives. My brother is so big-headed, he's very self-centered.
Mhm.
I would say my sister is careless about everything. When she's driving, when she's doing things, she's careless.
Okay. And my mom is so happy about the life. And I think not about me, really, right?
Not about you, but if you
And,
want to mention something about you,
mm, um,
how can you describe yourself?
with that adjectives, I don't know. Maybe careless. I'm very careless
Mm,
with everything I do. My job, my activities, in when I'm driving. And my father is not tolerant with anything. And I think he's a little bit of selfish.
That's great. Thank you very much for giving me examples.
Thank you.
All right. Well, as a final activity, I wanted, well, I would like to do a kind of quiz.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about we were gonna watch that video, but I prefer that you practice more the future tenses. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm going to either you can use your laptop or your phone, whatever you want to choose.
Okay. My cell phone.
All right.
Teacher,
Yes.
we're gonna use Classroom because
Yes.
I saw the link yesterday.
Tomorrow you will be working on Classroom. I'm going to put the first activity on Classroom. So because we don't have some Zoom classes
Okay.
on Friday, so instead we're going to do an activity, either watching a video related to one grammar thing, either answering a PDF Word document, or I'm gonna share a link, so you have to do exercises online and things like that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. You can, okay, I'm going to share it on your WhatsApp.
Okay, thanks.
Let me share it together so Lilian can do it as well.
Laura, start.
Yeah, ready?
Yeah, ready.
Yeah, so you do your thing. No worries on your time.
Okay. Oh. Mhm. No, hombre. Mm.
Is it showing you the correct answers?
Okay, yes, please.
No, there.
The app, yes.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, no. Ando muy mal en el futuro.
Then you will have some extra homework.
Yes. No, no, no. No. No, hombre, qué vergüenza. Ay, no, 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 no. I need extra homework.
Yeah, I can see that. Have you finished?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, but you were first place. No worries about that. You were the only here. Okay, girls. So your homework, the first homework for you, extra homework, is going to be grammar reference. Yeah, and the grammar reference, we are working on unit 8, I think. Yeah, no, well, it's not the grammar reference, so sorry. Uh, grammar reference, unit 8, right? Unit 8 is about future forms, page 149, 149 and 140, 50, the last part, the first part, sorry. Yeah,
Mhm.
is going to be reading. Yeah, this part, the future. Because yesterday I explained about that.
Okay, teacher.
Mm. Okay, ladies. So tomorrow, please check your classroom. So I will upload, I will share some activity.
Okay, thank you. Oh, I'm so sorry. Thank you.